In these slides, you will find a description of the final project for the ITSM course. And basically it's based on the 7 steps to build your ITSM business case. So for the final project, the first thing you must do is to identify a system, organization, company, and only one pinpoint or problem that is affecting this system, organization, or company. Your group will develop a proposal on how this problem could be solved by using an IT-based solution. To make this, you must follow each one of the proposed sections, and please skip the one in red, the number 4, this is not considered for this exercise, of an ITSM business case. And use these proposed sections to describe your solution, the benefits, the improvements, etc. that your solution could bring. In the slides, there is an explanation of what is expected for each section. Follow the instructions and complete each section. Write a document with the result of your work. Include the link to your presentation in this document. Prepare and record the presentation showing the results of your work. No more than 10 minutes for this, please. Groups of maximum 3 people. And please upload your presentation and document in a separate way. Only PDF and PPT format. No zip, no RAR or doc files will be accepted. In this slide, you can see what are the 7 sections of an ITSM business case and how this should be structured. For the sake of this exercise, of this final project, you don't need to cover the number 4, the description of how improve the service desk agent productivity and satisfaction, because that's out of the scope. But I want you to follow each one of these steps to complete your business case description. In the following slides, I'm going to explain what's the purpose of each section and what we are looking for with each step. The first step in the business case description is to start with the why, with an introduction. So I want you to explain me what you are proposing to do. For example, if you are implementing a new network infrastructure or a new cloud-based solution, it's up to you. But remember, it should offer a solution to a problem in the organization that you have identified. Then you need to tell me how will the business or the organization will obtain a business benefit from this change. How will you gain business value from this change? For example, if you expect to reduce delays in customer attention, or if you anticipate, I don't know, X amount of savings by replacing the current solution or the current systems with a single cloud-based solution, please try to identify what are the potential gains or business gains in this case. And third, and I would say this is the most important one, is try to explain why do we need to follow an ITSM strategy or approach to implement later on the solution you are proposing. So list out your primary motivations, pain points that are driving this strategy, why we need to follow an ITSM strategy or approach to implement your solution. The second step consists on describing the current situation. So for this section, I want you to answer the following questions. First, what's wrong with the current situation? So describe what's the problem and put in all the ugly and challenging items that you are trying to solve with your proposal. If, for example, the attention times in the queue are too long, or if there is problems with the speed of delivering a solution in a help desk system, I don't know. It depends on specific problem that you have identified. Then describe or tell me if, of course, if it's appropriate, what are the examples of these situations? Where could you, as a user, see the impact of the problems? And tell me also what's the impact of these failures, of these errors in the current system. And only if it's possible, this is not mandatory, include some statistics where you can summarize levels of user satisfaction with the current system or with the current situation. But this is only an optional item, and you don't need to add this information to the report. The next step is to describe or summarize what are the business and user productivity gains, how the business and the user will be positively impacted by the solution that you are proposing. So if, let's say, from the user perspective, from the service level perspective, from the business perspective, from the IT services, from the information systems, there could be some benefits that your solution might bring. So please describe them. I'm here in this slide putting some examples of this productivity or business or user gains. For example, from the user perspective, you can describe how the proposed solution will help the users to become more productive. And this could be, for example, because the delivery of the information will be faster, or because we can reduce the time, the working time. I don't know. It's up to you. We can also describe how the service levels might be improved by the solution. So by, for example, reducing or shortening the incident response time from, let's say, 4 hours to 2 hours. Or because you are implementing a system where people don't need to go to IT security or IT systems or to the IT support to change the password, and they can do it themselves. Those are benefits that I'm just exemplifying here. Or you can, for example, mention that one benefit is that your solution will make possible for mobile users to get access to the IT services without the need to reach or be connected to the wireless network of the company, and that they can make it from abroad. That's one benefit. So please try to summarize what are the key benefits and try to make it concrete, try to make them tangible from the user or the business perspective, so that the benefit is something that could be easily seen by the user or by the business. The next step is to outline or describe what are the process improvement gains. And in this case, this is also an optional point, and it depends on the type of solution you are proposing. In some cases, the solution that you propose for the organization, for the problem in the organization, might imply changes in some processes or activities within the structure, or within the business, or within the organization. So in this step, if there is processes impacted by the solution, you need to describe what are the processes that are going to be introduced. What are the changes in terms of processes that you are introducing by implementing later on the solution you are proposing for. And you also need to describe how these benefits, or how these processes, new processes, will bring benefits to the organization. The next step is to clarify the cost reductions from your solution. You don't need to quantify them. You don't need to give me an exact number of how much will you save. But the idea is at least to identify if the organization implements the solution that you are proposing, where they could see reductions in the cost they are incurring right now. For example, depending of course in the solution, someone can propose that okay, everything should be migrated to a completely cloud infrastructure. Okay, so in this case, the cost reduction will come from the server and the hardware reductions by moving everything to the cloud. So we are saving that cost. Someone could say that probably we are, if you're proposing to outsource the service desk in an organization. Okay, someone could say, okay, we are saving the human resources cost for this. Or you can also at least, it's also up to you, what are the, let's say, savings against new costs that will be incurred. Because probably with your solution, you can say, okay, we are moving everything to the cloud, but then we need to train people and we need to develop some soft skills within the team to understand, okay, the cloud concept. Probably you need also to understand that. And you also need to provide some balance on, okay, where are the cost reductions and where you could potentially see some additional expenses that will be part of your solution. And the last step is basically where you make the numbers and you present your funding request. So basically what you are presenting here is the budget. How much will it cost to implement this solution? And then you need to create or present the budget for this project. How much will you charge? How much will it cost to develop this solution? So you need to present the budget where you defend your numbers. You say, okay, this project will be developed in, I don't know, 6 months or 12 months, and you need to tell me how much will it cost from your side. How much do we need to invest in human resources? So how much you will how much money you will get from this project? How much will it cost to develop this? In terms of human resources, hardware, software, transportation, uh, education. So think about it as when you present or prepare your final project proposal, your thesis proposal, where you need to develop a budget and you need to describe, okay, all the expenses associated to your development or the cost of the project. So in this section, you need to show me what are the costs of developing your project, developing your solution. And you need to basically present those numbers and justify them. Explain why you are charging this, why you are charging, I don't know, 100,000 pesos per hour for the work, and also why you think that the project will need, I don't know, to cover 2 million pesos in transportation or 4 million pesos in education, training, and courses. It's up to you. So think about it. Think about the solution you are proposing and how much effort you will require to put in this project to develop it. And that's it. That's the only thing you need to think about. This part where you ask for the money. So I'm I'm funding this project, and you will ask me for, okay, to develop this project, I need you to give me 100 million pesos, and you need to explain me and justify why I should give you this amount of money. Okay, and that's it. That's the last part of this final project. Thanks.